Back with the false advertisement from TESUP. Definitely need a lawsuit going towards these guys. This wind turbine does not perform as specified at 4 meters a second. So right now we're currently running about 13 miles per hour on the wind, which is equivalent to their probably about 5 or 6 meters a second. So it hasn't moved. We've had gusts all the way. It's been top speed in the last hour is 28. Hasn't moved at all. Right now it's just doing 13, which is above their minimum requirement for 4 meters a second. So, which is 8.9 miles an hour. This is 13 and constantly going up higher. The winds have been pretty gusty up there. 30 feet above, it's clear. There's no trees in my vicinity except for way over there. And it's above that right there. So any wind coming off the top of my solar panels rolling, my turbine is much higher than it. It's probably another 10 feet above that. So it's in clear air. This thing's constantly at 14 or so, and it feels like 14 degrees, 13 degrees out here, which it does. It's pretty cold out here this morning with the wind blowing. Says 26, feels like 13 without a doubt. So there it is, doesn't move. I hooked it back up to the interface because if it does spin for some crazy reason, I don't know why it would. But TESUP does false advertisement. Do not buy a TESUP wind generator. They're poorly manufactured in Turkey. They're not made in Europe. That's another false advertisement on their part. The engineering sucks. The thing's got that diameter. I can tell right now that rotor diameter for that turbine has to be larger to turn that 4 kilowatt generator underneath. So it moves hand free, but of course your hand can put a pretty substantial amount of torque, you know, not realizing it, right on the shaft. So with that turbine just spinning, but I can hand spin it, but the wind cannot. So we're gonna leave it up here for today. We're supposed to peak up to 38. Hopefully I get some really strong winds and gusts from the storm front coming through. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll leave it at that, I guess, because right now it's holding between, on the meter, 13 knots. It's going between 10 and 15, averaging 13 right there, and that is doing absolutely nothing. You can see the anerometer. I don't know if I'll pinch that in to get that a little closer. I don't know if I can or not. My gloves on. Let's see. Oh, you can see the anerometer spinning around and out. It's just whizzing around. It's right now, that's a high peak of 24 knots right there. It's spinning away. So that damn turbine from TESUP doesn't even twitch. So 24 knots, it's crazy. I'll be lowering it down later tonight because I'm not going to leave it up over the weekend, because I'll have to think about what I'm going to do here. Need some suggestions from you guys. I might do what Colin over there in South Africa did, take every other blade out, extend it out, and then where the missing blades are, I may put like aluminum weld and then put a scoop out on the outside, you know, so like PVC scoops or something to modify it to make it have a little longer arm from the axis to torque to spin it. So I don't know. There you go, another cheap product made from TESUP, made in Turkey, not in Europe. False advertisement, definitely does not perform.